The ancient art of horse stance dates all the way back to 600 AD, where its origins in ancient Chinese martial arts, particularly in systems like Shaolin Kung Fu and Tai Chi, used this technique in excess. It has been a foundational posture in Chinese martial arts for centuries. The stance is believed to have been developed to mimic the stability and strength required for mounted combat, as well as to strengthen the legs for various martial arts techniques. The horse stance, also known as Mabu in Chinese martial arts, is a fundamental stance characterized by a wide stance with knees bent and thighs parallel to the ground. It's called the horse stance because it mimics the position of a person riding a horse. So while we want to perform this, the horse stance serves several purposes. One is building leg strength. One of the primary reasons for practicing the horse stance is to develop strength in the legs, particularly the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes. Holding the stance for extended periods challenges these muscles and helps develop muscular endurance. Another reason will be improving our stability and balance, because by adopting a wide and stable stance, practitioners train their balance and stability. This helps for executing techniques effectively and maintaining control during combat or other physical activities. Now let's talk about something different here called rooting. Rooting refers to the connection between the practitioner and the ground, which is essential for generating power and maintaining stability. The horse stance helps develop a strong rooting, ensuring that the practitioner's movements are solid and grounded. It also promotes mental focus and discipline, because holding the horse stance requires concentration and lots of it. If you've never done this before, it's pretty demanding. Practitioners must maintain proper alignment and posture throughout, which cultivates discipline and mindfulness. And lastly would be preparing for combat and forms practice. In traditional martial arts training, the horse stance is often incorporated into various forms called katas and combat techniques. By mastering the horse stance, practitioners prepare themselves for executing these techniques with power, precision, and stability. So now that we've learned about this ancient technique, what does this have to do with isometrics? Everything. It has everything to do with isometrics. Where do we start? Let's start with this. Isometric contractions occur when a muscle generates tension without changing in length. In the context of the horse stance, this means holding a static position without any visible movement while the muscles are actively engaged. In the horse stance, the practitioner maintains a wide stance with knees bent and thighs parallel to the ground. This position requires continuous muscular efforts to keep the body stable and balanced. Here's how the stance relates to isometrics. During the horse stance, multiple muscle groups are engaged simultaneously to maintain that position. The quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes, as mentioned earlier, and core muscles are all actively contracted to stabilize the body. However, unlike dynamic movements where muscles lengthen and contract, the horse stance involves holding a static position for an extended period. This static nature of the posture means that the muscles are continuously under tension throughout the duration of the stance. Isometric contractions in the horse stance can vary in intensity depending on factors such as stance width, depth of squat, and duration of the hold. Practitioners often challenge themselves by holding the stance for extended periods of time, increasing the endurance of the muscles involved. So what are some of the benefits that we can expect to see with horse stance? 4 immediately come to mind. The first would obviously be strength building. Because isometric horse stance exercises strength in the muscles of the lower body, similar to a wall sit, you're going to get all of the benefits of a great lower body workout without moving a muscle. There would also be stability and balance, because holding this horse stance, if you've never done it before, you will find out really quickly that it does involve your core, because you have to keep your body upright. It's easy to ease out of the squat or lean forward. So you're using your core to keep your body upright down deep in the squat. But the biggest flex to horse stance is by far muscular endurance. By holding horse stance for X amount of time and then increasing said duration, you will develop a very powerful set of legs, especially if taken to failure and then trying to increase the duration each time via progressive overload. There's a reason why this exercise was so popular, but more importantly, so effective for over 1,500 years. It's a long time. Lastly, of course, would be the mind-muscle connection. Because practicing the horse stance cultivates mental focus and concentration, enhancing the mind-body connection is absolutely essential for martial arts training or just overall developing lower body strength. It is a fantastic finisher. If you are not in the martial arts realm and you are looking for a great way to completely finish off, fatigue your legs, this is it. Now, if you recall from a few minutes ago, you might have heard me mention the exercise wall sit, which is another body weight isometric exercise targeting the lower body, which is very similar to horse stance. And if you'd like to learn more about that, here's our video on it here, and we'll see you there.